Hello, this is Don White, the Superintendent of the Troy School District, and this is the Board of Education brief for the December 18th, 2013 meeting. The board briefs are an overview of topics that will be discussed at the upcoming board meeting. It's not intended to be an in-depth analysis, just an overview, and it's not a polished or audio-video recording. So with that, let me jump in and give you an overview of what we will be discussing. First, in the Committee of the Whole. Committee of the Whole happens at 5:30 p.m. in the district office, and it gives the board an opportunity to talk about topics that are that will not take action during the Committee of the Whole. It might be an item that will take action during the regular meeting or in future meetings, or it's just an update. We'll review the agenda, then we'll review levy information. We've been talking about the levy for a couple of weeks, so we'll review that with the board and my final recommendation. And then I'm going to update the board on a TIF, or a Tax Increment Financing District, that is being proposed by the Shanahan Village. It's down at Route 6 and 55. It's kind of an exciting opportunity to expand in that area and to increase the EAV. So we're working closely with the Village of Shanahan on that topic. Next up is the regular meeting, but prior to the regular meeting, I should mention at 6:45 we do have a levy hearing that gives the board and the public an opportunity to speak to the levy that was proposed last month. And so anyone who would like to speak to the levy can certainly appear at 6:45 in the auditorium. That's where the meeting will be this month, over at the middle school auditorium. So enter door number 1 in the middle school at 5800 West Theodore. The regular meeting will start at 7 p.m. It'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, typical kinds of things at the beginning, roll call, establishment of a quorum, reviewing of the agenda and acceptance. Then we're going to have several forum items. First, we'll recognize the Special Olympics team. We'll have Kim Rothstein, the coach, introduce the players and talk a little bit about the season. Then the speech team, Miriam Pleasy and Wayne Berry, and hopefully we'll have a couple of students actually perform one of the speeches or performances that they've developed as part of the competition. And then our typical students of the month for November. We'll have any comments from the public, and we have our typical district office quick reports, and then consent agenda items. Those are typical consent agenda items for this time of the year. We will need a closed session, but I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do the closed session in Committee of the Whole so that we won't have to break during the regular meeting. Then we have a couple of action items. We have personnel, appointments of a couple certified staff members to fill open positions. We have a couple of ESP positions or appointments, and again, those are for currently open positions. We have some at-will substitutes, and I'll break here just quickly to mention that anyone that's interested in substituting for any position within the district, we're certainly interested in receiving your application. You can contact the district office if you're interested at 815-577-6760. Or you can visit troy30c.org for more information. And we have a couple of teachers that are asking for a general unpaid leave of absences. Then on to the other action items, approval of a resolution for the tax levy. That's where the board will have an opportunity to accept my recommendation or to alter my recommendation and make a final levy. We need to do it at that meeting because it has to be submitted to the county clerk's office within the county clerk's office by the end of December. Then we have an authorization to prepare the budget. That's an annual event where the board just says that it's okay for us to proceed. I'm not sure exactly why that's needed, but it's one of those things that's mandated, so we make sure we follow the mandate. Then we have school information and management system purchase. I've been working with a team of people from the district for several months now to narrow in on and make a recommendation for a new student information system and a management system, and we're pleased to share that our recommendation will be the Skyward software. And I don't anticipate any issues, but we're excited about improving our data management system that'll help not only in our business aspects, but all other, including classroom. Then we have a resolution for purchase of land. I've been working for several years now on the purchase of land. As everyone knows, when the economy went south. The land prices went south also, and we have funds that by law we can only spend on the purchase of land. So we've been seeking out land that's available because we know the economy is going to turn around and eventually we're going to need some more schools. So this is actually my recommendation will be to purchase the land called the Sing parcel. It happens to be on Essington and Glenwood on the east side of the district, so it's a perfect location. And it's one of the very last parcels of land that's large enough for a school over on the east side. So I'm very excited that we're able to purchase the land at a reasonable price, and hopefully the board will approve that and get that resolved. Then we have second reading of policies. We've been undergoing a comprehensive policy review, section by section. We're up to section 5 of 8, and you can see that's the second reading, and then we're presenting the first reading. Item G is the first reading of policies in section 6. Then we do have a recommendation to expel a student for disciplinary reasons. We'll talk about that in closed session, and then hopefully the board will approve that. We have approval of workers' compensation proposal. We went through an RFP process, and we're recommending that we stay with our current broker, DeGuss and Associates. They're out of Joliet. So we're pleased to continue the relationship. They gave us the lowest bid, and we're excited about that continuing. Then typical kinds of discussion and informational items for the board. Quick note, December 23rd through January 3rd is winter break, and then on January 6th, one day, no students will attend, but teachers will be back in for a Teachers Institute. Students will return on January 7th. So with that, that's the board brief for December 18th, 2013, and I'll end with wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.